on, kids. Let's go, Bunky. Prepare the Kit Kat-a-loon for flight.
Aye, Captain. She's ready to fly.
Jellybean, grab Little Bear. He's over there with his snout in the picnic basket.
Little Bear, we're leaving.
All that bear thinks about is stuffing his face.
Okay. I'm just looking for a snack.
Come on, Little.
I'll get him, Jelly.
Thanks, Dan. Hey, where's Fundo?
I'm up in the air in a Kit Kat alone. I'm flying up here testing the air quality. It's magna-fabulous.
Cast off the lines. Ready or not, here we go. Hey kids, and how would you like to go? Up for a ride in a Kit Kat-a-loon. It's shaped like a cat, but it flies like a balloon. It'll carry you up right over the moon. But we got to go soon up there in a Kit Kat-a-loon. Hey kids, and how would you like to go? One more trip with Captain Billy and the crew. We saved a special place now just for you. It's so easy, all you have to do is let your mind run free. It's as easy as can be up there in a Kit Kat-a-loon.
Maybe this sounds overly inquisitive, but where are we heading this time, Captain Billy?
Didn't you look at the front of the album, Jellybean?
Oh, I did, and it scared the stuffings out of me.
Yes, there were some pictures of some pretty weird creatures on there.
And the title said, Monster Hits.
Monsters!
Oh, I knew I should have stayed at home with my snout in that picnic basket.
Don't be frightened, Little Bear. We've got the Kit Kat-a-loon for quick escapes, and I think you'll find out that monsters are a lot more scary when you imagine them than they are when you meet them.
Oh, listen, if this trip includes meeting any monsters, you can drop me off at the baseball field.
Yeah, I'll play left field. Nothing like a duck in the outfield to snag those high flyers. I'd like to see a chicken play left field.
Oh, Fundo.
Stow it, Featherbreath. The captain's trying to introduce this adventure.
You see, kids, those things we don't understand sometimes take on frightening shapes in our imagination.
Like Uncle Waldo's raccoon coat.
Uh-oh, here comes another one of Bunky's tall tales.
One more blast from the past.
Quiet, guys.
My mother's brother Waldo, or was he my father's cousin, who we called Uncle, because he lived in the attic. Waldo lived in the attic. My father lived under the stairs. That is, his dead. Hold your Eskimos. I'm getting to the point, I think. Where was I?
Ooh, under the stairs.
In the attic.
Telling us about Uncle Waldo's raccoon coat.
Ah, the coat. It was his favorite, it was. Wore it all year long. Summer, winter, spring, and, that other season,
Fall?
No, he had excellent balance. He leaned to starboard a lot, but he didn't fall much.
The coat, Bunky. What about the coat?
I'm talking about the coat. It must have been hotter than an elephant's eyelid, that coat. Any season, actually. To continue, Uncle Waldo used to hang that furry wonder on a hook by the attic door at the top of the stairs. And until I was about your age, Dan, I wouldn't go upstairs alone. 'Cause in the dim light,
I'm getting nervous.
in the dim light, that coat looked like something big and furry and scary. It might have even had teeth.
Oh, like a grizzly bear?
Oh, no.
Oh, watch out, kid. Those are my distant cousins, you know.
Sorry, Little Bear. Dan didn't mean any disrespect, but grizzly bears are his nemesis.
His what is this?
Nemesis. It's something that seems to follow you around. Dan knows there are never really any bears in his room, but when the lights go out, he thinks he sees them at the foot of his bed.
Yeah, I know they're there, even if Dad says they're only a fig Newton of my imagination.
Sounds like a cue for a song.
Ever since I was very small, there's been a monster hiding in our upstairs hall. Now he goes out of sight when you put on the upstairs light, so consequently Daddy won't believe in him at all. But I know he's there, yes I know he's there, hiding in the closet at the top of the stairs. He's a terrible creature, such a horrible creature, and he gives me an incredible fright. And last but not least, he's the long-legged beastie, the one who goes in the night. There's another little monster who lives by the foot of my bed. I know he's real small because I've only seen the top of his head. And when I call out in the night, I guess he'd rather disappear than fight. So when Daddy comes in, more than my face turns red. But I know he's there. Oh, I know he's there, hiding at the foot of my bed and at the top of the stairs. He's a terrible creature, such a horrible creature, and he gives me an incredible fright. And last but not least, he's the long-legged beastie, the one who goes in the night. But I know he's there. Oh, I know he's there, hiding at the foot of my bed and at the top of the stairs. He's a terrible creature, such a horrible creature, and he gives me an incredible fright. And last but not least, he's the long-legged beastie, the one who goes in the night.
Captain Billy! Captain Billy! Look through the teleperiscope. It's another monster. Got the body of a lion.
Oh, no!
And the face of a person.
I'm gonna hide in the picnic basket.
And it's about the size of 3 cantaloupes.
I'll have to eat these honey witches to make room to hide.
And somebody stole its nose.
It wasn't me.
Hold on, Bunky. Put down those honey sandwiches, Little. It's only an ancient Egyptian monument.
The Sphinx.
I don't smell anything.
Sphinx. Sphinx.
Well, if it's Sphinx, let's buy it some perfume.
I give up.
Fundle, the Sphinx was a mythical Egyptian character who asked questions of all who would enter the Valley of the Kings.
You mean where the pyramids are and where the mummy lives?
The mummy?
Here we go again. Every time I get out of the picnic basket, there's something scary being talked about.
Are we landing, Cap?
Set her down over by that oasis, Bunky. We'll fill up the water jugs and meet Professor Digger, the archaeologist.
Oh, hello, what's this? It's shaped like a cat, but it flies like a balloon. What in the world?
We already did that song.
Professor Digger, I presume?
Well, you're on the wrong side of the continent if you're looking for Dr. Livingston, so I must be.
Professor, do you know about the mummy?
Oh, like I was one of the family.
What about the curse?
Easy with that language. There are young ears present.
Professor, tell us about the curse of the mummy.
Mind if I sing it?
Just stay on key, Dr. Shovel.
That's Professor Digger, Fundle.
Well, take it away, Professor.
I don't mind if I do. You know, I love to sing about mummies. I get all wrapped up in it. I said, don't get chummy with a mummy, boys, or the mummy might get chummy with you. I say, don't get chummy with a mummy, girls. It might be the last thing you'll do. You can float on your back the length of the Nile, even dare to smile at a crocodile. But if you get chummy with a mummy, boys, be the last thing you'll ever do. when, in Egypt town, when embalming was the thing, King Toomey and his pyramid pals went on an eternal fling. They got all wrapped up in tannin leaves, and to make the situation worse, they said,
"Hands off the merchandise, Jack, or you'll fall underneath our curse."
"Don't get chummy with a mummy, boys, or the mummy might get chummy with you." I said, "Don't get chummy with a mummy, girls. It may be the last thing you do." Well, you can float on your back the length of the Nile, even dare to smile at a crocodile. But if you get chummy with a mummy, boys, it'll be the last thing you'll ever do. But wait, there's more. They're all dressed up for the afterlife, and they're happy being underground. They've got no qualms about being embalmed, and they don't want you coming around. So if anyone tries to open their tomb with all this archaeology jive, well, they say,
"We'll play their bones like slide trombones, and they'll never get out alive."
so don't get chummy with a mummy, boys, or the mummy might get chummy with you. Don't get chummy with a mummy, girls. It'll be the last thing you ever do. Oh, you can float on your back the length of the Nile, even dare to smile at a crocodile. But if you get chummy with a mummy, boys, I cannot take responsibility. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Professor Digger.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself with those bad jokes.
What? Leaving already? Oh, well, I have to go perfume the Sphinx anyway.
I told you so. I told you so. Dark and mysterious land home.
Shall I prepare a landing, Captain?
Set the Kit Cataloon down over by that castle, Bunky. Unless I miss my guess, that castle belongs to one of the most popular monsters of all time. Count Dracula!
Oh,
Don't worry.
Hey, is that a bat flying around that old castle?
The only bat I like is a Louisville Slugger.
They used to say my Uncle Waldo had bats in his belfry, but he didn't even have a belfry.
What's a belfry?
A ring that doesn't cost anything.
No.
There he goes again.
Dan, program Robo to learn more about Count Dracula.
Okay, Jelly. There, that should do it.
Count Dracula was rumored to have done many terrible things to those who stood in his way. The stories then grew larger in each retelling until he was called a monster by the villagers who feared him.
So the real story got changed into a monster story.
Because those things we don't understand take on frightening shapes in our imagination, like Uncle Waldo's coat. And real-life people can get to be larger-than-life monsters.
Good evening. I think that was my cue. Hit it, boys, in B flat. No, just give me a B. I'll flatten it myself.
Many years ago in Transylvania, there lived a man with a very strange mania. He never said hello, he said,
I want to bite your neck.
and when the moon was full, he turned into a bat and fly through your window just like that. But he never said hello, he said,
I want to bite your neck.
oh, Count Dracula, please let me be. I'm just a skinny little kid and my blood tastes bad, so don't you put the bite on me. If you travel to Transylvania, watch out, Dracula is apt to drain you. He never says hello, he says,
I want to bite your neck.
Count Dracula. Please let me be. I'm just a skinny little kid and my blood tastes bad. So don't you put the bite on me, no, no, no. If you travel to Transylvania, watch out, a draggy is at the drain. He never says hello, he says,
I want to bite your neck.
He's doing the Dracula rag. Oh, one more time now. He's doing the Dracula rag. Rag.
Oh, I want to bite your bippy.
Help! Count Dracula!
Knock it off, Featherface.
Well, Captain Billy, when do we get to my favorite monster?
Oh, who might that be, Dan?
Frankenstein. The kid collects anything to do with old Greenface. Personally, I think it's a manifestation of some pre-adolescent fixation with fear.
You still a big full there, Jelly Bean. I didn't understand a word of it.
Let's let Robo tell us about my friend Frankie.
Frankenstein, comma, the monster, a creation of Mary Shelley in the summer of 1816, when several famous writers challenged each other to create the best ghost story. Brought to life again in 1931, Boris Karloff was the star, a doubly scary dude.
Boy, would I like to meet him.
Abbott and Costello did.
You can, too. Push the phantasmagorical button and...
Billy suspenders.
Oh,
What is this conveyance? How unique.
Make way, I'm back in the basket again.
Good grief. What was that?
only a little bear. A frightened little bear, I might add.
I'm terrified of little creatures. They're so small.
Say, Bub, would you mind moving over this way a bit? You're making this cataloon fly sideways.
Oh, Mr. Frankie, you mean you get scared too?
Just because I've got a reputation for frightening folks, that doesn't mean I'm not frightened myself. It's just that the PR department tries to cover that up.
Well, you sure get a lot of publicity.
Too much. That's why I agreed to do this guest appearance on your balloon.
It's a Kit Kat alone, actually.
Egads, a flying feather duster.
Watch it, green stuff, or I'll nest on your noodle.
What do you mean you get too much publicity?
There are films, toys, trinkets, memorabilia, all bearing my likeness. Yet my closest friend, the one who helped me become what I am today, doesn't even have a cereal named for him.
Here comes another song. Look, green guy, while you sing, don't tap your foot, or we'll all take a dip in the drink.
This one's for you, Igor, wherever you are. I hope you're enjoying your antipasto. Everybody's got a date for the dance, but Igor, poor Igor, is so alone. Everybody's got a chance for romance, but Igor, poor Igor, is so alone. While the other kids were dancing with a grind and a bump, Igor's alone in the dungeon, shining up his hump. Handsome devil. Everyone's got a date for the dance, but Igor, poor Igor, is so alone. Everybody's got a chance for romance, but Igor, poor Igor, is so alone. Poor Igor, so alone. Ta-ta, folks. I'm late for the opening of a new chain of fast food restaurants. They sell long hot dogs. It's called Lanky Frankie's. I own 10%.
Is it safe to come out now?
Yes, little bear, we're heading for home.
Wait a minute, Captain Billy. All the monsters we visited were from years and years ago.
Yes. How about the creatures from out of space?
Watch it, sister.
Not you, Fundle. I mean Martians and all those creepy creatures from the science fiction films.
Well, kids, it's no different. It doesn't matter if the monsters come from outer space or out of the past. They're all a way for us to deal with those things that we just don't understand.
I don't understand what those little lights are doing, following us.
I knew it. I came out too soon.
Unidentified flying objects at 6 o'clock, Captain Billy.
6 o'clock, right. That's my bedtime. Bye now.
Look at them dance.
What beautiful colors!
How do they fly without feathers?
It looks like a flying jukebox.
Listen, they're playing our song.
In a Cataloon on a moonlit night when a group of flying saucers came flying into sight.
Oh no!
Help!
Let's get out of here!
They're getting too close.
And they're starting to glow.
I'm turning up the gas. Come on, let's go.
Oh no!
Save your feathers!
Let's get out of here!
They have an anti-magnetic hydrosupersaturated.
Cyclotrated adiopated bottoms that are corrugated.
Electroplated gyroscopic catalytic simulator.
And we will die around the left rear wheel.
Saucers in the sky, saucers in the sea, flying saucers everywhere,
Coming after me!
slipping and sliding, doing the flying saucer rag. Look, sitting on top, it's a fat photonic sight. Don't worry, kids, everything's all right.
Oh no!
Help!
Get us out of here!
It's a rock and roll band from in back of the moon.
I don't think I've ever heard a prettier tune.
1, 2, 3, let's get on with the show.
We have anti-magnetic hydrosupersaturated.
Cyclotrated adiopated bottoms that are corrugated.
Electroplated gyroscopic catalytic simulator.
And we will die around the left rear wheel.
Saucers in the sky, saucers in the sea, flying saucers everywhere,
Coming after me!
slipping and sliding, doing the flying saucer rag.
That was some kind of close encounter.
You're not just flapping your beak, little Bruin.
What's next, Captain Billy?
Well, kids, we'll have to wait for the next adventure to find out. Funky, set the Cataloon down. While we were flying with the saucers, we arrived back home.
Aye, aye, Captain, and not a minute too soon.
He's right. Little Bear just ate the last honey witch in the picnic basket. Oh.
Hey kids, I'm so glad that you could go up for a ride in our Kit Cataloon, shaped like a cat, but it flies like a balloon, and it carried us up right over the moon. But it's over too soon, back home in our Kit Cataloon. Hey kids, soon we're going to go. You can come again with Captain Billy and the crew. We've got a place here now just for you. It's lots of fun. All you have to do is let your mind run free. It's all again real soon.
Bye-bye.
Begin. Come, little.
Why am I?
Bye, everybody.
Time for bed. Let's go.
And I'm so sleepy.
If you enjoyed this video magic book presentation, here are some other video read-alongs that you will find both interesting and entertaining. Becoming Real Forever, based on the classic children's story The Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams. A marvelous tale in which a toy becomes a source of strength for a young boy who is very ill. When the small spotted rabbit becomes real forever, we all share his joy. A musical presentation of The Owl and the Pussycat. We see the magnificent fowl and his feline friend in a whole new light. A charming musical production that brings new life to Edward Lear's classic poem. Music by the Bear Gees provides fun and games for teddy bears and their friends in Bearobics. Dance along to Disco Teddy Bear, Hive Talking, and enjoy the beautiful message of teddy bear love. For teddy bear lovers of all ages, it's all about teddy bears. A collection of songs and stories that share the secrets of America's favorite toy. Learn how the first teddy got his name, how to make honey cookies, and enjoy the most famous teddy bear song of all time, Teddy Bear's Picnic. Beatrix Potter gave life to Peter Rabbit and his friends years and years ago. They are more wonderful than ever before in this magnificent retelling of tales from Mr. McGregor's Cabbage Patch.